Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Nicholas Orsa with color commentator Gabriel Lucetta. Gabe, pleasure. Thanks for filling in for Mr. Carruthers, who is dentally challenged.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Our first match today here at AMF Bellevue in Inglewood is Rich Lista against our fifth-seeded player, Robert White. Rich is the higher-seeded player. He's elected to lead the match. Shake hands, guys, and best of luck. All right. This weekend we were on the original Scorpion. And the funny part was I talked to relief manager Chad Lushi, and he told me that he practiced on it this week, and he thought the cuts were going to be 100. And I kind of chuckled at him, and I said, well, maybe to you, but not to us. But it ended up being 58.
Well,
but
some of the cuts were in 100.
Yeah, today the scores were much higher. Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, the first special entry squad cut was over 100. All right, our first look at Rich Lista of Arvada. And, yes, he gets a Titus MS 10 pin for his strike. Up against Robert White. Robert originally from Washington, D.C., then by way of Louisville, Kentucky, and now in Denver here for the last couple of years. He's got one title. It's a doubles victory. A little late, 2-4-5.
Sounds like me. Doubles champion.
And his best finish so far in singles competition is third, and that's 2 years of competition with the Amateur Bowlers Tour here in Denver. Oh, boy. All right.
Nice cover.
Yeah, Robert, although he has had some 800s and 300s under his belt, he's learning that tournament play and house shots are two different animals. But he's actually, in the last 2 years, he's made the adjustment pretty good. He still has his moments, but as do all of us. But I think his biggest problem right now is he gets down on himself. He's too much
we all do that once in a while. You know, it's part of bowling. Is being depressed and
is being depressed. Okay. For all you people that are depressed out there, we have a sport for you. All right, Chief left a 3-9-10 and couldn't convert it. Took out the 3-9, but not to 10. Baby spit with the blind. Rich Lista has a 4-pin advantage, can extend that lead with a mark or more with a double here. Looks pretty good. A little high. Rich is another one of the bowlers that jumped on that new code black storm ball.
I just bought that ball. I really like it.
And Kevin Sweetman, Rich Lista, they've actually raved about it. Isaac Hernandez, who as of right now is in the championship match of the Colorado Springs Masters, raves about that ball.
It's a great ball. I probably should have used it yesterday instead of the ball I used.
Other than us being depressed, that's rule number 2 when you're a bowler. You never pick the right ball.
Correct.
Even if you bring 12 with you.
Nice shot.
Ball. Yeah, very good. Well, he likes lane 5, Gabe.
I don't know if I'm going to let Nolan have this seat back.
Well, you know how forgetful Nolan is. He might even forget to show up. But, yeah, he, I guess during the week he broke a tooth. And, of course, when you do that and it's under the gum, then you got to go get an oral surgeon to take care of you. And he's not a real big fan of dentists.
All right, Chief picks up.
What was that, 3-9?
3-9.
Yeah. Any double wood on a tournament pattern is different.
Yeah, don't be talking about double wood on TV. Oh, wait, it's the internet. It's okay.
All
right.
There we go. Nice way to kick out the 4-7 from behind. Robert does his league bowling out of AMF Aurora, and Rich, one of his houses is Zone Wheat Ridge, and I believe he also bowls Friday night at Holiday, although I'm not sure.
He does bowl at Holiday at least once a week, I think. I think maybe twice.
Okay. 2-4-5. That's where we'll be next week. For those of you who didn't make it to tournament site this weekend, Our Christmas party will be at Holiday Lanes,
Covers that nicely.
Kipling and Colfax. Door prizes, food all weekend. Come down, say hey, have a bite to eat, bowl. Maybe you'll happen to hit the mystery pattern and make some money.
Giving away some bowling balls.
Yes, we are.
Giving away some bowling bags.
Yes, we are.
Very nice.
And a package to Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah, and 5 to 7 singles entries into our branch tournament that they have a year to use.
Yep, everybody can come out to Vegas at the beginning of February, bowl the national tournament, hang around for the Super Bowl the next day.
Yep, and isn't that awesome that we actually get to watch the Super Bowl in its entirety.
Unless you're bowling the tat, in which case you might still be bowling. But,
well, for that kind of money, yeah, you'll video it. Yeah.
Too bad the Broncos won't be there, but oh well.
And no. There has to be a major miracle to happen after this week's fiasco.
Well, they'd have to win out plus the.
Go ahead.
He trips it again. Very nice. They'd have to win out plus the teams that they win out against would have to lose 2 games each. So it's not happening.
No. Not when you're playing New England, Oakland, and Kansas City. Not necessarily in that order, but I think it's New England, Kansas City, Oakland. But,
it is.
Yeah, that's tough for anybody. I don't care who you are. You know, the cool thing is this year there have been some surprising teams, which I think has brought a lot of energy and enthusiasm back, whether you're a fantasy football player or just an avid watcher of NFL games. You can't, as you know, I am not a fan of Dallas, but but to be quite honest with you, it's amazing that you have 2 basically rookies that are just having one heck of a year.
They are.
And they're fun to watch. They got a great offensive line. There's a lot of positives about that team. And it's a team that, you never know with free agency anymore. But that team, if it stays together, could be together for quite a long time and do very well.
Nice ball, Rich.
All right. He's trying to figure out how Chief keeps kicking out that 4-pin from behind, I think, Gabe.
And isn't it amazing that Oakland is doing so well at just about the same time that they're doing a bid for a new stadium for them in Las Vegas?
And did you
what
see
a coincidence.
Did you see in the paper today that now the city and county of Oakland is going to put up $1.3 billion for a stadium there? And, it's
Isn't that like the economic value of the entire town?
Yeah, probably.
Pretty close?
Yeah. Twice. But and I don't know exactly where in that area they're proposing that stadium site, but that's
probably somewhere near a factory and a bridge. That would be my guess.
Then you're within. Yeah, you pretty much got the whole area covered there, buddy. Or an old dump site. Then you're 100% included at that point.
Well, this is still a pretty close match.
Yeah, actually, it's very close. Rich has 127 open in the 7th. And Chief can actually get to 120 also with a mark. Oh, couldn't kick the 4-pin out that time. But, yeah, we're less than a mark at this point. It's pins with 3 frames to go, providing, of course, that he converts his 4-pin. It would be a 3-pin match if he does it. You had to think about
Very
that one.
Nice. Got a little smirk out of the Chief on that one.
Yeah. A little butt pucker, too. I don't know if you think that ball's going to finish in time. So we're looking at a possible 134 in the 7th for Mr. White. Rich Lista with 127, and take away that 4-pin advantage, we have a 3-pin match. In the Chiefs' favor, of course, depending on count. And that's going to be close. Yes, sir. All right, 3-pin lead for Robert White with 2 frames to go. 5th place today with 5% of the bonus, or the Megapod is 275. Then we go 300, 326, 1001, and 1902 to our champion today. Great shot.
Rich comes right back.
Yep. 2, 3. Oh, it's only...
Still a close match.
Yeah. And we can get to the winning pins the other way with a double here. Actually, both bowlers strikes in the 8th, working on the 9th, so you can double and take advantage of this match here. It's funny, we only have 2 singles champions in the top 5, Rich Lista being one and our tournament leader, Oscar Wang, being the other.
Huh.
Roberts won a doubles title at Wheat Ridge. And Ruth Keck of Golden has the 2nd place so far, and Michael Smith has a 4th. Will that hold?
Oh,
Nope. That's a
now
big
it's
open in frame
really
number 9.
close match.
Yep. He can Chief can just absolutely put him away right here now. Now you can shut the door on him real quickly.
Gonna be another close one. Ooh,
2, 4, 5, 7.
didn't come back up.
He's on a strike though, so the count not significant at this point.
Got to pick it up though.
Yep. Or he's gonna shut
All
that
right,
door.
no
Good.
problem.
That was no problem with that spare. Not the
Not
easiest,
shutting the
of
door
course.
yet. They're right there together.
Yep. Well, right now he's up 19. So he fills 20 in the 10th, it's over. Strike here would pretty much guarantee that. And that's going to go high.
Oh, it's not over yet.
No, it isn't. So now
Definitely
pin count's
not
an
over.
issue. He can get 2 for 180. Rich Lista can double, and with his 4-pin handicap advantage, actually take him over. If Chief gets 2 pins,
Oh, we're not going to go to a tie scenario, are we?
no,
Okay.
it would force Rich Lista to double, which he's done. Because
Okay.
if Rich only fills 20 in the 10th, he loses by a pin. So those 2 pins in the 10th were huge by Robert White. And realistically, not bad. He only had 2 opens, but that one in the 10th. Whew, look at that
one.
shot.
There's one.
There we go. Needs this one, or he loses by a pin.
Minimum.
Here, don't pull a Nolan on me now. Don't do that to me. You made me engage.
It's only
my
fair I'm
brain
sitting
again.
in his chair.
All right, this is for the match. Needs a strike. Nope, not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
So
White's
Robert
gonna
White's going to move on, yeah. Rich Lista, unfortunately, is going to shoot 175, 209 with handicap, and he's going to fall 1 pin short. So Rich is going to go in 5th place today with $275. When we come back, match number 2 is going to be Robert White against our 3rd seed, Michael Smith. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at AMF Bellevue Lanes in Inglewood. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, match 2 here with the Amateur Bowlers Tour at AMF Bellevue. Match 2 is going to feature Robert White, our 5th-seeded player, up against our 3rd seed, Michael Smith. Michael's going to have Robert lead the match. Shake hands, guys, and best of luck. Michael Smith, owner of Best Pro Shop here in Englewood. Has elected to have Robert White lead the match. Starting on lane 5, he's going to hook the ball into the head pin and almost carries.
What I like about Robert's style is, unlike some of us who like sit and concentrate behind the line, he just gets up.
Gets up and lets it go.
Gets up and lets it
go.
Kind
of like Keith Guerrero.
Yeah.
Keith just grabs the ball and doesn't even know where he's standing, doesn't care. He just wheels the ball right and at Mach 27 miles an hour and watches the ball come back to the hole and explode pins. All right, Robert gets a spare.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch any of the World Series of Bowling this week?
No, I did not. No.
Pretty stiff competition out there in Reno.
You know, it's cool. I saw the graphic that showed like the last 5 or 6 major winners, and they're all under 25.
Yeah. That's telling, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
Makes me feel good about hitting 60 in a month.
Hell, the guys that are 40 in a month are freaking out. Nice shot.
Very nice.
Shot. Michael's been out to the World Series a couple times when he was PBA regional player. Tell him.
What's the problem?
Arrows aren't reversing.
Oh.
Which is why you only see the Boss system in a couple centers.
Well, it was manufactured in what, 1984?
Wasn't that early. But it's probably been a good 20, 25 years. Actually, when it came out, it was like the Primo system, but you know how technology goes. What was great 3 weeks ago is now out the door already. But it sure beats the grease pencil and the telescores.
It does.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Look at that.
Almost kicks the 10.
Wow. And he threw a pin all the way across the deck at it, too. Unfortunately, Michael's claim to fame is the one time he did make the finals, shot 279 and lost. Actually, they tied, and then they went to a tiebreaker, and he lost the tiebreaker. But it's when you go, what do I got to do? Oh, that's in the ditch.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a horrible shot. Off his hand early, didn't have a chance. So he's open in a second. And once again, Chief with that lucky horseshoe into his back pocket. Or was that his 357?
Brady's thinking and ready. Here he goes.
And that's going to go left. Fortunate only leave the 610. I did see 2 5-7-10s this weekend. I don't see those too much anymore.
I've left it. Didn't pick it up either. It was sad.
I mean, if you're going to leave it, you might as well make it, you know? I've only ever seen it made once, and that was by an 8-year-old in Chicago, Illinois, with a 6-pound bowling ball. And had no clue other than the fact that, hey, Mom, look, I made it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm on the counter going, you got to be kidding me. Oop. 3-9.
I was practicing at Holiday last week, and there were some just house bowlers bowling next to me, and a girl left the 710. And she damn near picked it up.
Wow.
She had no idea. And it
Of
was like a
course.
house ball.
Yeah, sure.
Tossed it at it. It came back on the deck, rolled over
And
it.
just missed it. Yeah. All right, so Chief is not unable to convert the 3-9, so he's open in the third with a 45 in the third. With his handicap advantage, even with a mark here, he's going to be up on Michael Smith by about 7 pins, unless Mike can throw a double here.
Are you doing math again?
I like to dabble.
Okay.
That looks pretty good. Yep.
Very nice.
Hit
There
him
you go.
thin, watch him spin.
Can't believe we're having to manually set the arrows every
Well,
shot.
of course we are. This is Bowmore, and I won't go any farther than that yet.
Okay. Well, personally, I'm looking forward to actually turning 60 in a month and a half because I'll be able to be a super senior at some of the tournaments I go to, and I might actually make a cut. It'll be interesting.
And now that you just told me that, being that I'm slightly older than you, that I could go out there and mess
Yep.
with your odds a little bit.
Yes, you could.
Although
There's that double you were talking about.
Only problem is that I never have any time. And what event are you looking forward to?
Well, even just the local Rocky Mountain Seniors Tour, has a 16
oh, that's
over
right.
division.
They did go to that 16 over. That's right.
And
Oh! Everybody gets a get out of jail free card on that shot. Wow.
I'll take it.
Yes, you will. And he needs to do it again.
You know what?
to
I
keep
think
his
I
lead.
think Chad did that all on purpose just so he could be on TV every shot.
Nah, he wants to see how much that head glows with the camera lens. Actually, Chief was doing a good job on his own until Chad showed up.
Chief's getting out the other new ball.
Uh-oh.
Getting out the no rules.
And how?
Ooh.
Whoa. Liking that ball change, huh? There we go.
Yeah, that's the ball.
That was a gutsy move.
It's
right
another
there.
new ball that's come out that's very, very popular.
Yes.
The Rotogrip No Rules.
And I think they're coming out. Are they coming out with a No Rules
No
Pearl?
Rules Pearl is
Yeah.
coming out
Yep.
in January, I think.
Is it January? Okay, I wasn't sure if it was going to be by the end of this year, beginning of next year.
Very popular ball.
Well, let's see if Michael will keep his string going. Ooh, he
Not
did
quite.
do that light, but couldn't get it out this time. Leaves a 4-8. Hard and straight at it? No problem.
No problem.
All right.
Another close match so
Yeah,
far.
76 in the fourth with a spare. It was about 13 and just couldn't quite get back enough. If he'd have hit what he was looking at, he'd have smoked that pocket. Leaves 2-4-8. Just got a little right of what he was looking at. So he's got 93 in the fifth working on a spare. Down anywhere from 1 or 2 pins to as many as 20 or 30, depending on what Robert White can do here in the 6th and 7th frame. That looks pretty good.
Oops.
Ooh! Hooked at the end, and he leaves the 8. Now he's got 102 in the 6th, and he's in trouble.
He is. Robert's on a double. He's got a 10-pin advantage over him.
And a ball that hit the pocket out of his bag. So I said, yeah, I like this ball. I think I'll throw it again.
Don't blame him.
I don't either.
It's a ball I can't use on a house shot at all. It just
Nah.
hooks off the lane.
Yeah. Maybe. Sat really nice in there.
Nothing to it.
Yeah. That was just a huge shot there. He can actually take almost a 40-pin lead with another one with that open by Michael Smith. Nope.
Yep.
Why not? You know, if you're going to miss by enough that you carry Brooklyn. That's my old saying. So the Chiefs got a 4-bagger, of which he hasn't hit the pocket at the same point in time yet. But, you know, it doesn't mean anything. And all I can say is my insurance is paid up, my registration is in my wallet, and yes, I do wear a seatbelt at all times. All right, Michael, let's see if you can get back in this match here. I'm running out of frames, unfortunately. That was a pretty damn good shot. Yeah,
good shot.
Couldn't kick out the 4 a little high. Unfortunately, now he's looking at a 2-teen scratch score. And Mr. White is looking at 250 if he sheets it. So Michael needs to put some kind of pressure on Robert White here.
Well, like many of us, Robert could go bad at any moment and miss 3 single pins in a row. I mean, it does
Absolutely,
happen.
it sure does. And not only, and you see it happen on a house shot, so see what anything on a tournament pattern is possible, especially if you hit the wrong area of the lane with a
I know.
missed shot.
I'm evidence of that last night. I achieved some new low scores.
Even for you?
Nolan, where are you?
Yeah, really. Hey, we've all done that. I laugh. I tell people I averaged 240 Wednesday night, 230 Thursday afternoon, and bowl my men's league on Thursday night, which you're a part of, and shoot a whopping 520 and had no clue. And I go,
and it's a house shot.
And and I'm on a house shot, and I'm going, really? How do you do that? And we all laugh. We go, because that's the way we are.
Well, it is. I mean, I've bowled anything from a 520 up there to a 780.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know what the difference was. And
with me, it's a combination of brain damage and not carrying 10 pins. But
okay, he's going to lose a few pins there with pin count, but he's still in really good shape.
Yeah, sure he is. 2-4-5-8, the old bucket. Robert normally goes hard and straight at him anyway. And will it hold? Nope. Picks everything off but the 5, so he's got 159 in the 8th. But he's still up 29 with 2 frames to go with the handicap difference.
Yep. And that's with an assumption of a mark from Michael in the next frame.
Of course. And by him in this frame.
Exactly. Little high.
Why not? So he went totally Brooklyn the last time he was on there. Now he pretty much smashes the face and gets the same result.
It's that new through the face ball.
It used to be called no rules. Now it's just called just aim at the key pin in the front. And good things happen. Michael has to strike here. And
this would be over.
No.
I'm calling it. I'm calling a Nolan.
Okay. That would make you 1-0 as opposed to Nolan's 802 and 2 or whatever he says he is. But how about a shout out to my good friend and your teammate, Kurt Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt, tragically, and I believe it was, what was the virus carried by the mosquitoes?
There's been a variety of them.
Yeah,
I forgot the exact one, but it's not the new one. It's not Zika. It was the one from 8 years ago or whatever.
Unfortunately, it left Kurt just about completely paralyzed. But in his day, we're talking about a left-hander that could play. And he is, although restricted to his wheelchair, he still loves to bowl. And he found a way to be able to compete with us. And obviously, you're bowling with him this year.
He's on my team. Still carries a 178 average.
Which, you think about that, and it just absolutely floors you.
I've learned so much from him just about ball motion.
Absolutely.
And just because he has no choice but
to do
what
that.
the ball
right.
does.
Yes.
His son is there every week, sets up his ball
And
exactly right.
I
in the
believe
right
his
area
brother
for it.
bowls with him also.
He does. Although his
So-
brother is actually in the hospital
Oh,
getting
didn't know
surgery
that.
himself.
Well, best wishes to
Best
him.
wishes to him. Yeah.
Yeah. And since we're both doing so well in that league, we get to bowl each other in position round Thursday night.
We do. Michael's
Well, actually,
making a
it's
move.
what I like to call the toilet bowl, and that's us. Because
Well,
whoever loses this week definitely takes over sole possession of 14th out of a 14-team league.
Michael's throwing well now, but unfortunately, it's a little too
best he
too
can
late.
do is 189, yeah. And Chief going to shoot 180 something even with an open, and with his 10-pin advantage, it's a done deal.
Yep.
So Michael Smith's going to go in fourth place today with $300. And, of course, throws the last three. And as
That's
I
what
like
I
to
do.
say, FBAC, Phil Ball always carries. So Robert White, who refuses to completely make it easy, but he's won 2 matches. And he's liking that. He's liking that no rules, let me tell you. He can sheet it for 219. Impressive game. Give him 249 with handicap. And beat Mr. Smith by 40 pins. Then he goes up against our second seed, feisty young lady by the name of Ruth Keck.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah. Left-hander.
Wow.
Nice shot. That's the best ball he threw by far. That was 10 in the pit with no doubt. And, gee, look what ball Ruthie's using.
Yep. Going to be the no rules championship.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, he just decided to do a ball change there in the middle of nowhere, and
Yeah. And threw possibly 8 of the last 9. How about that for a ball change, huh? Great finish for Robert White.
Very
219.
nice ball change, Chief.
249 with his handicap, so he's going to move on and face our second seed, Ruth Keck of Golden, and we're going to do that in just a moment. We're going to step aside for editing purposes. Again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here on Colorado Sports TV at AMF Belleview in Inglewood. We'll be right back.
A little closer. Come on. There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Our third match today, our semifinal match, Robert White against Ruth Keck of Golden. Robert of Denver, and Ruthie's going to have Robert lead the match. They've already shaken hands. You can come back and start.
The red shirt, no rules, roll off.
And at no point in time now does Ruthie feel that she can go through Denver and not get a ticket, which is always a good thing to have on your side. Unless you're doing 90 through Spear Boulevard. That could be a problem.
That's for my get out of jail free card.
Yes. Well, let's see. That looks pretty close. Gets a mix. Ooh,
okay,
carry to
mixes
7.
it up.
It's all right. That's a pretty good shot. And our tournament leader to our left, Oscar Wying of Aurora, warming up. Oscar's won 4 titles in 18 years, 2 at Arapahoe and 2 at Crown Lanes in Denver.
Crown Lanes.
Yeah.
We don't go there very often.
I haven't been there in probably 10, 12 years, only because they got so busy with Roy and Delia packing the place, so we couldn't get enough lane availability. But
can't get in there. Can't get in at Monaco.
Nope.
Got in at Green Mountain, though, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. Every year is a different scenario. You never knew. One year you can't, next year you can. Just depends what's going on league-wise.
That's a pretty good shot, and it's
That's
gonna
a great
carry.
shot.
Very nice.
All right. See, now that she's sweet-talked to Chief and the no tickets in Denver, she's gotten a lot more confident with her arm swing. Loser of this match takes home $526, but the winner guaranteed no less than $1,001. And at that point, that can make your January national event much more
Achievable.
yes, and fun.
Yes. Or we could pay our gas bill.
Nah,
One or the other.
nah. I go for Plan A. That looks pretty good. Stepped out of it a little bit, but
Okay. All right.
Yep,
Good 9 count.
yep, absolutely. With 20 pin advantage, all she has to do is close frames, and the heat is all on her opponent.
All true. She's a pretty good spare shooter.
Always has been. And which is, and not to be stereotypical, but that is the strength of most women competitive bowlers, is their spare game is excellent. Because they're not going to get a lot of strikes, but they're going to close frames and they're going to say, okay, I get a handicap advantage now. You want to beat me? You got to start doubling. And it does not happen all the time, as you know.
No, it doesn't. And even in the scratch events, I was at the senior event earlier this morning, and there were 2 women bowlers, Lisa Hayrider and Sharon Stone, and they both made the cut, just because they're good, clean bowlers.
Oh,
They
Sharon
don't
Powers, you mean?
Sharon Powers, I'm sorry. And they don't splash stuff through the middle.
Nope.
And, they're
Excellent,
Not,
Sharon.
they're not-
Actually,
they're
both-
not like guys.
Both former touring players.
Yeah. But they're not like us guys who get frustrated and just
No, they just kind of
wail it at
smirk
the
at you
pens
and
and-
just kick the crap out
Yeah.
of you. Yeah. And Sharon's been excellent bowler forever here in Denver, and obviously Lisa, who I believe by way of California,
I think that's right.
who at one time when she was 18 actually lived with Virginia Norton when she was doing her first couple tour stops.
Huh. There
Nice.
we go. There it
Nice
is.
shot. That was absolutely awesome. All right, so
All right. Game
I guess
on.
our no rules championship semifinals.
No
turning
rules
out
red
to be-
shirt championship.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about the red shirt. Yeah. Lefty righty. Male female.
There is that. Hair, no hair.
Oh. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's see how far we can go. All right. Oops, stepped
That's
out of
not
it.
coming
Stepped out of it.
All right.
That's great,
Got
though.
good pin count out of
Yep.
it.
You only leave the 1-3. You're in great shape. Because that had washout written out all over it. Again, she's got all she has to do is close frames. Put the heat on the Chief. Actually, after next week's event at Holiday, we won't see you on the internet for 2 weeks. We'll be off for Christmas, and then we'll have a 4-day doubles event at Coal Creek Lanes in Lafayette, just north of Broomfield. Be a 4-dayer, Friday through Monday.
I prefer Lafayette.
It will, excuse me, Lafayette. And then we go to Western Bowl in Arvada. You know, Scott was telling me, our producer was telling me that even if Myron doesn't get him to do the telecast for the Winter Nationals, that he might just kind of sneak out and see how things are going.
Just because it's in Vegas.
Yeah, please. You think? I don't think he'd be doing it in Amarillo, but I know he's going to be doing it in Vegas.
Little high.
That was a good
Still
ball.
a good count.
Yeah, excellent shot. Just leaves a 6. Okay, go ahead. Just give us a call. Ring my suite and let me know how you're doing.
I'm not a gambler.
Wait a minute. You work with us too. And you're not a gambler? Ha! What does he know?
Yeah.
And Nolan on the sideline on top of it. And then I got Stepniak over to my right. Jeez.
Zach Stone won Masters.
Okay. And Zach Stone wins the Masters, defeating Isaac Hernandez down in Colorado Springs.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Sure is. Which means that he probably had to beat Isaac twice, because I believe Isaac was undefeated going in, and that's a double elimination deal.
Yep.
So that's a lot of bowling, and great job by both gentlemen.
And hopefully he's not deployed at the time of the National Masters, so he can actually go.
For a change, yeah. Because I believe the last time he couldn't go is he had just been assigned to Louisville.
Yeah,
Or,
I think he might.
No, it was.
I think he's done for a while unless he volunteers to do something. I'm not sure.
All right. In any event, congratulations to Zach Stone and Isaac Hernandez. The Colorado Springs Masters down at Kingpin and Fort Carson. And I don't know if they had a third center.
I think they just had 2.
Okay. Because I know at one point they used to do a block in one, a block in the other, and then semifinalists would bowl at a third house.
There we go. Chief's got a nice strike. So pretty much even scratch. So Ruth's pin
Still
count
up
advantage and
26,
handicap is still carrying her along.
Yep.
1 pin different scratch if Ruth were to strike in this frame.
Both bowlers clean, too.
Yep.
It's going to be close. Ooh, can't get the mix.
All right. I've seen her pick this up.
Yep, leaves 5, 6, 10. She wants to throw the ball as if she's going Brooklyn, barely hitting the 5 and having the ball hit the 6,
She left
10.
this twice yesterday, and she got 2 of them both times.
Of course,
it's hard to get the 10 pin out and the 5 pin at the same time.
Two's better than 1. Yeah, if you put it right in the middle, you're going to leave the 10. So, see how close she gets here. I don't know.
She just got 1 of them.
No, okay. So she's got 82 in the 5th. And if Chief doesn't double, he's got 98. So Ruthie's still up 4 pins, not counting whether or not Chief can double in the 6th frame here. So it's still a very close match with 5 frames to go.
A lot of games.
Oh, sure.
A lot of game left.
Neil, party of 2 have lane available. Neil, party of 2. Please come to the front counter.
So I'm thinking that since you're looking for new and exciting career opportunities now that there's not a bowling center in Golden, why don't you find a piece of property and let's build 24 lanes with a
I've
restaurant.
thought about it. What I'd like to do is build the Kegel Training Center West.
Okay.
Seriously, that's what I'd
All
like
right.
to do. I don't think we need more open houses. I think we need a place for training and tournaments and youth bowling. And
Definitely on the side of youth.
That's what I would do with it if I
that's
had
a very good idea.
$20 or $30 million to do that.
You wouldn't need that much unless you had to hire me. But, we definitely need to get more involved in our youth bowling, especially in this area right
What's
now.
the building where Brunswick Zone Lakewood was sitting? Is it still sitting empty?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Come on.
Hold. Finish late and chops the one
All
off
right.
the 1, 2, 4. Not good. Back-to-back opens,
So the
unfortunately.
pressure is now off of Robert.
Yep.
He just needs to be clean, and the pressure's back on Ruth at this point.
Yeah, actually, once Brunswick did not renew that lease with Broadmoor at the time.
Oh.
Then it was called Zone Lakewood. It used to be Broadmoor Bowl. I assumed that senior center west on Mississippi would just encompass that whole piece of property. But nice shot by Robert White.
Covers the washout.
Yep. But
Off of a strike.
and again, I haven't been down there lately. But the last time I was, there was actually nothing has changed
Okay.
other than the facility is.
So
is
I'm
not
sure
being
all the
used.
internal stuff is gone, but the power's still there, and that's a big part of it.
Sure.
So
Move through the face, and almost got lucky. Just leaves a 10 pin. And that looks pretty true.
Yep.
All right, good
Okay.
spare. So Robert, 117 in the sixth with a spare. He now has a 27-pin lead and a 7-pin lead with the handicap difference over Ruth Keck. So first time now that Ruth is down, but 4 frames to go, still plenty of time.
Absolutely.
And Ruth has gotten real involved with the junior program down at Holiday, and that's good to see. And she's having a good time with it, too.
And she crosses over and carries them all.
Hey, she can do that again if she wants.
She can. It would be very helpful, actually. It would turn this into a match again.
Yep, sure would. So far, from what I hear with the juniors, that she's really gotten more individualized as far as trying to help them. They actually like what she has to say, and they're really positive about having somebody to move them along in their game, which is great.
Yeah, and she enjoys helping them, and I think she's learning from them as well.
Oh, I'm sure she is. Yeah.
Always a part of teaching is learning from your students.
Sure. That looks pretty good, Gabe. Oh, just came up at the last minute. Ball tends to finish real hard toward the end. I mean, a lot of times on a ball like that, you almost have a thing where your brain won't let you send the ball and give that ball room to finish away at once.
Yeah, because it's got a super strong cover stock
Right.
and a real strong core.
Yeah.
And it does turn.
But a couple of her shots that have gone high looked really good off her hand, and it looked like she hit what she was aiming at. Everything looked good except that the ball the last 2 feet, when it flipped hard.
Yep. She switched to her spare ball on this for this attempt.
Okay.
Looks good.
Very nice. All right, no problem
right.
with the 247. So she's got 110 in the 7th, spare in the 8th. And with a strike, the Chief will have 137, so he'll be up 27. Unless something else happens, and then it gets interesting. That could have been interesting,
Could have been.
but he was fortunate just to leave the 610.
Looks good.
No problem. All right. 135 in the 7th, spare in the 8th. So this is only a
5-pin
5-pin
advantage,
match.
yep.
Yeah. Anything can happen. And Robert's going to finish last.
Looks good.
Came up late and
Okay.
doesn't quite kick out to 2. Did have a 2.8 up there for a second.
So at this point, Ruth needs to double.
She either needs a double or Robert needs
Right.
open in a
Yep.
10th. But in any event, she has to close frames, that's for sure. So Ruth Keck is going to finish first, and she's up on lane 6 for frame number 9, working on a spare.
Yeah, Ruth bowled here at the Queens last year and did real well. Took second in her division.
Excellent.
And I'm always impressed with anybody who bowls well at this house. So
Go ahead. Oh, I like that a lot.
good shot.
Yep, just a hair high, leaves a 6. Yeah, actually, one of the last LBBT regional events was here years ago that Vicky Fischel won. And at the same time, that year they had a collegiate tournament when Baker was first becoming the Baker format. And that Erie Community College from Pennsylvania was the first one to shoot the Baker 300, which was absolutely wild. And they had a great turnout. The fan support in Denver was just super.
Oh, look out. Look out.
Oh, boy. Huge open. That pretty much has sealed her fate, unfortunately.
It has.
So the best she can do is 168. Yeah, Chief would have to have horrible count and open in the 10th not to advance, even if Ruthie would punch out. So it looks like Ruth Keck's going to finish third for $526.
Still a great finish.
Absolutely, and she's had a good weekend. That was nice. She made it in one try, right? One qualifying squad made the cut. And that looks pretty good. There we go.
There you go.
Great shot.
Get another one.
Do that,
Put
yeah.
at least a little pressure on
Sure.
Robert to mark.
Absolutely. Because as you know, bowling gods are strange. We've seen just about everything happen that can possibly happen. Which is why we tape these things, because nobody believes us until Scott goes, "Ha! I got video. I can show you." And you never know. All right, Ruthie, let's see if we can double here in the 10th.
A little high.
Come on.
Hit it.
All right. So Ruth is going to finish probably at 158 and 50 for 208. And Robert basically just needs good count on his first ball. And that'll be enough.
Covered that one.
All right, nice job for Ruth Keck. 158 scratch with 50 pins handicap. Shoots 208. And Robert basically just needs to stay behind the line.
Oof.
And no.
Still got to pick it up.
All right, he's at 182. If he opens with 30 is 212.
Yep.
And that's enough. Okay, he makes a spare. So Robert's going to be in the 190s. Ruth Keck's going to go home in third place with $526. And Robert White is going to meet Oscar Wang in our championship match here at AMF Bellevue this weekend. Nice ball. Oh, right. So 192 for Robert White with 30 pins, 222. Defeats Ruth Keck of Golden, who shoots 208. And when we come back, Robert White will meet our tournament leader, Oscar Wang of Aurora. And we'll step aside again for just a moment. You're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at AMF Bellevue on Colorado Sports TV. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at AMF Bellevue Lanes. Nicholas Sorsa, Gabe Lucetta for our championship match here at AMF Bellevue in Inglewood. And this match is going to feature our 5th seed, Robert White, who's come up the field winning 3 matches to meet our tournament leader, Oscar Wying of Aurora. Oscar is a 4-time champion. Robert has won 1 title, but it's a doubles victory, so he's looking for his first singles title. Oscar's going to have Robert lead the match and shake hands, and away we go. 26-pin difference in handicap for Oscar Wying versus Robert White. So every opponent has elected to have Robert lead the match, which kind of blows me away.
Oh, Robert
Comes up a little light. Yep, leaves a 1-2. All right. Makes a 1-2, so he's got spare in frame number 1, and here's your first look at Oscar Wying. Oscar, retired military, retired inspector for the city of Aurora. I kind of chuckle at Oscar. I think he's got 4 retirements that he deals with, which hey, what the hell, go for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Gets a military pension, gets retirement from the city of Aurora, plus his Social Security, and God only knows what else he's got, but he's doing great. And, of course, it sweeps it. So we're going to need the 10 only.
And
it didn't even score. So we're having all kinds of fun here on 5 and 6.
where is our lovely assistant, Chad? He ran up there. Right back with you. We're waiting for him to reset the 10 pin on lane 6.
Hey folks, how you doing? I'll go ahead and jump in with you. Yeah, we've had some technical difficulties tonight here at Bellevue.
Not unusual.
Well, you know, McCracken did a great job bringing this place almost back to life.
Yes.
Stephen did a fantastic job here, yes.
He is now retired from AMF.
Yeah, it's down
downtown. Living the good life.
real swanky bowling center, too, from what I saw.
All right, Oscar makes that spare. Yeah, sorry to lose Steve McCracken. Great kid, hell of a mechanic. Hell of a lane man and one hell of a bowler.
Certainly is.
He will be missed by not so much his ex-employers, but those of us who have known him since he was a youngster. He's just a great all-around human being, and I'm going to miss him because I know that anything I gave Steve to do for me, it was done as fast and as well as you would expect.
Oscar goes light on that one.
2,
Leaves the
4,
2, 4,
5,
5, 7. I keep forgetting you're supposed to do that part. I'm just the color guy.
You're doing fine. I'm just we're just going back and forth here. But isn't that the way it should be anyway? That's what we do anyway.
Yeah.
We just go back and forth, not except that the language is different. But other than that, we're good.
Yeah, actually, this is probably a pretty bad choice because Nick and I could just talk for hours about nothing. So.
And we're good at it.
We are.
Oh, yeah, he went too close onto that 2-pin. So he's open in a second with 25. Once again, Robert White with an opportunity to cut away some of this early handicap deficit. And that's going to go high. And almost kicked it out on a mixer. Leaves a 4. I believe that that no rules in his hand, he's very comfortable with. For the reason is he doesn't try to overthrow it. He doesn't try to aim it. He gets up there, and if you look at his arm swing, everything is nice and relaxed with that ball in his hand. You can't say that about some of the other stuff he's thrown over the last 2 days.
Yep.
So you got to think that no rules is by far his favorite and his most comfortable ball.
Little high.
And will it roll around and kick out the... No.
It will not.
Won't take the 6 out.
Yeah, unlike that ball in my hands, because I overthrew the hell out of it yesterday. And it still didn't work. I can't understand it. I thought throwing it harder would work. I was wrong.
Oh, ye of little faith. Sometimes straighter is greater, but faster is not. Who knows, All right, Oscar Wang, frame number 3, coming off an open. And hits the pocket fairly nice, but leaves the 4.
How long has Oscar been an ABT member?
18, no, I take that back, 28 years.
28 years.
He joined in 1989.
Back when there were 180 bowlers every weekend?
Back when there were probably 300 and some bowlers every weekend.
Wow.
And his 2 wins at Crown were memorable. That was the progressive pot days where first place was 5, 6, 8,000 a week.
Maybe that's what he's retired.
Maybe he's retiring on me. Yeah. But yeah, it was good and bad. First place was awesome. I mean, we had a couple $10,000 winners, which was huge. But the problem is back then with the progressive pot, it was all or nothing. So
yeah, wasn't like
first
it
place
is now
wins,
where it's spread out. And
which is what the bowlers wanted, and which I
think that's the
conceded to, and I agree.
best change we've done here. 'Cause
Yes.
I've taken third and second a few times, and I got like $220.
Well, and look at Ruth
wow.
Keck today. Third place makes $526.
Yeah, that's nice.
In the old progressive pot days, second place was $350. First place was $10,000. That was insane. I mean, if you win, great, but you only get one winner a week, and you got 300 other people bowling and another 60 semifinalists
Yeah, and I think
or so.
ever since you've done that, I don't see the numbers, but I'm guessing they've been up.
Yes,
5 or 10% at least.
I agree.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that it's a competitive tournament club, but it's also a social club, and 70% of our membership every week is here every week.
Mm-hmm. I just think of it as a really expensive league.
Yeah. or expensive night out or day out or whatever. But sometimes it's not. It's
nice. You get to come here and bowl every week and bowl in different patterns. There's not a lot of sport pattern leagues in town. There's one, I think, in the winter. And then you get to, if you want to, go to Vegas 3 or 4 times a year, bowl nationally, meet other people, bowl in some of those tournaments, bowl at some of the nicest bowling centers in the world.
Absolutely.
A little high.
And
somehow carries.
Let's kick out the 4-9. Why not? Yeah, and we've talked about the stadium. Mike Monyak, the head of bowling at South Point, runs obviously the stadium and the bowling center. Does a fantastic job. What a great facility for those of you that are getting ready to shoot the USBC Men's Nationals this year.
The Open Nationals.
Yes, the Open, which will be at the beautiful Bowling Plaza at South Point, 60-lane facility. Just a great venue.
Yep, and they've added
moving walkways and some more restaurants and some more locker space, which is needed. Because they opened early, so they opened early to try to get it to us as quickly as we could to to enjoy it, but yet at the same time they're constantly trying to upgrade it to get it the way they want it, which obviously anything that they do in that respect is
Yeah.
excellent.
See, that's the one I actually want to build here.
sure. Wouldn't that be nice?
Like
Then-
that's where the $24 million number came from.
And that's not enough.
I know. So where's ABT going to go in the spring and the summer? Do you know? Are they going to go back to Samstown or
The summer will be at South Point in the bowling center.
in the bowling center?
Obviously our 40th
Nothing in
anniversary
April?
event in October will be at South Point for $40,000 for first. The April tournament is still up in the air. We're still negotiating with Gold Coast and I believe Samstown.
Why don't you get Red Rocks to give us a great price?
I'd love to.
It's a gorgeous facility. Yeah, I
please.
stayed there
Oh my
once.
goodness! What a that was the venue until
City Center.
yeah, and then of course obviously as far as bowling goes, but I laughed. I used to tell people, you know, if you're in the bowling business and you pass away, when you go to heaven, what God does is He lets you be the manager of Red Rocks.
Yeah.
What a great facility!
I got to stay there once because my, I used to go to Caesars a lot in my younger days and play a little bit. And my
Hey, we're Italian. We all went to Caesars in our younger days. Come on, that's what we did.
my host from there moved to Red Rocks, so he gave
Oh.
me a personal invite to come out
Beautiful.
and be
Beautiful.
comped for a week. So I'm
Yes.
like, well, gee.
Yeah, twist my arm.
The only downside is you really have to rent a car because
Yeah, well,
a
and what I
cab
tell-
ride to down to the
Yes.
strip is $60.
Yeah, it is
you know.
$60 to $70. But again, if you are, let's say, locked into a facility, what a great place to be locked into. Up in the mountains, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Horse riding.
Yep.
Oh,
almost carried.
Almost.
Could have extended it. Had a nice double going there, but
He's
he's
doing
going to
all
be he's going to be 106, 107 in the fifth, and we're looking at a few pin difference through 6. And Robert's actually on an OTAP 300 pace here, which pretty cool. Doesn't mean anything.
No,
but
he had an
looks
8
pretty
count
cool.
in the first frame.
All right,
Get your glasses checked.
290. It has been a while. I am going to have to do that. Maybe that's why my average is down. Any excuse will work.
Good shot. Oh, a little high.
Oh, that was
perfectly
absolutely
high.
flushed, yeah.
Too early for me to call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Robert White is on a mission, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you.
Well, he has to have something to tell his wife when he goes home.
Good point.
After he's been bowling all weekend. you
Yeah.
know.
Normally she just goes, yeah, right. You're out with the guys. You're not bowling.
Ooh, a little
No.
high.
Nope.
6 count. That's
1,
gonna,
3,
that hurts him. Those 6
6,
counts add up.
9. Yeah, on spares are killers. 2 of them is you lose a mark. So now
You know,
he's
Ruth
got-
and I and a lot of our friends bowl the 9-pin no-tap tournaments at Holiday once a month. And it's just amazing what an open will do to one of those games.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you know, with my somewhat lack of handicap in those things, I have to average 260 or up. Nice cover.
Very nice.
I have to average 260 or more no tap to even have a chance to make a cut.
Well, I'll tell you how crazy it gets. Years ago, there was an OTAP club in town in the late 80s. And I happened to, they had a 10-gamer at Broadmoor, Zone Lakewood. And I bowled with Freddie McClurkin, 2-time Denver Bowler of the Year. And we went in there. Of course, Freddie scratched, and I got a few sticks. Freddie shoots 10. All right, take that back. He shot 8 no-tap 300s out of the 10.
Wow.
4 of them were real, and he didn't cash. That's when you go, you know, these no-tap tournaments are great, but if you don't have handicap,
Yep.
just go watch.
Because that's who wins them. Because it is no tap. So
Yeah, it is.
with and it's doubles. So the handicap's 80% of 440
Whatever.
or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, if you have 106 pins of handicap, you can do pretty well in those
Sure.
things. And there's good money in those tournaments.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with no-tap. The only, I mean, on the good side, yeah, you could throw some big numbers. On the bad side, if you weren't a real good spare shooter to start with, you're in serious trouble when you get back to league or tournament play.
True.
Because you keep pushing the reset button on a 10-pin. The bowling gods eventually are going to get back at you. All right, Robert White
Yeah,
trying to extend.
This is the one where it equals out.
Wow,
Yep, there
what
it
a
is.
great shot.
Now it is a scratch. Well, it's not scratch anymore. Robert just took the lead.
Yeah, he did. But not bad. 3 spares, a double, spare double, going into the
Yep.
9th frame, and he is in
stays
complete
clean.
command.
He's just going to be fine. Pressure's
He'll
really
be in
on
the
Oscar at this point.
150s in the 7th. He's only up a little over mark, so it's a little deceiving.
Yeah, he almost picked up the wrong ball.
At this point, I don't think it matters. Frame number 9.
Another good ball.
Oh, baby. I think this is Robert White's day.
Can I call it
Gabe.
yet?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm calling it.
A wise move on your part. You, too, can drive without a ticket in Denver for the next whatever, as long as he's in the right frame of mind. But, yes, impressive fashion for Robert White.
Actually, in my current state of employment, I never go to Denver. I rarely go out of my house. And it's...
Come on. Oh. Leaves 5-7 on a mixer.
He still takes home $1,000 for
Sure.
the day. Not a bad day.
He can shoot 182 scratch with 56, shoot 238. And Robert White's going to blow by him like you know what through a you know what.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, when I went out to the fall ABT Nationals, I also bowled in the Hawaiian Invitational.
yes, you did. We talked about that. Pretty crazy, wasn't it?
Crazy tournament.
Yeah.
They have they put out some sort of mystery shot. It's usually pretty tough. I was fortunate enough to get the high game, and they have all these crazy side pots, and it's winner take all.
Yeah,
And-
so
and
so
I
I figured out.
And I made like $1,700 on one game.
One game,
It's like,
yeah.
holy cow. And that was the end of that. I didn't
Yes.
bowl another good game all week.
But who cares? Who cares? Yeah, when you came in and told me that, of course, while the ABT was going on at the stadium, the Hawaiian tournament was going on at the bowling center, and when you walked in and said, "Hey, I won a side pot," I went, "Cool." He goes, "No. I won a side pot." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah. How much do you think it was worth? 500? Nah. How about 1,700? What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Now I know where everybody bowls that tournament. It's crazy.
Bingo. Yeah.
A travel service from Hawaii puts it on.
Right.
And it's an invitational. You have to know somebody Hawaiian to
Sure.
go.
Laura, party of 3.
It's kind of like, actually, it's not quite as restrictive as the Nisei tournaments that are
Or
at
the
Holiday.
Jamba, right.
Yeah.
All right, Oscar's going to finish up here.
Oh.
But he shoots 160.
216. He broke the 208 barrier.
There we go.
Or was it 209?
It was, 208, 208, 209. So he figured he had to shoot 209. And Robert White
Doesn't really care.
absolutely goes through the field. He's going to take home, are you listening, Mrs. White? $1,902. Not counting what else he won, be it brackets, side pods, sweepers, whatever. He's had a good weekend. Opens in a 10th, which seems to be his
For a 212.
forte. But he shoots 212 scratch, 242 at handicap. And Robert White wins his first singles title, second overall, $1,902. Oscar Wine goes home in second place, and he takes home $1,001. So we're going to step aside in just a moment. We'll have a talk with the chief and see how much we can get away with and where. And we'll do that when we come back. You're watching the ABT here in Inglewood, Colorado at AMF Belleview on Colorado Sports TV. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Nicholas Sorsa, Gabe Lucetta, and our newest ABT champion, Robert White. And Robert, Gabe, and I were talking off camera. Your one title was a doubles victory, and you've had some good luck, bad luck in the finals, but this by far was your best performance. And the thing that we were impressed with is you switched to your no rules. Everything about your game relaxed. Your arm swing relaxed. You didn't grab the ball. Everything was fluid, and it's like you and that ball were made for each other. I mean, that ball, from what we've seen, fits you as good as anything. You have a lot of confidence with it. It's mapped out to maximize your game.
Right.
I think you can't go wrong. Who did that for you? Is that a Sean Lee special?
Yeah, it was Sean Lee special.
All right, I kind of figured that.
Matter of fact, I like the ball so much I actually have 2 of them.
No, I don't blame you. Don't
great
blame me at
ball.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, and great job today. Worked your way all the way up through the step ladder.
Even though you tried early to give it away.
You tried not to get in the cut at all.
I tried very hard not to make it to the finals. Last week, I think I missed by 1, and for the first time in a long time, I just sort of stayed focused, and I didn't get overly frustrated. I mean, for me, I'm sure like many bowlers, bowling is a mental game, and sometimes I mentally can take myself out of it. But today, fortunately, I was able to kind of stay mature, stay disciplined, and it worked out well.
You know what Yogi Berra said? This half of this game is 90% mental.
Absolutely. And I teach you guys all the time in my frustrating moments in bowling. I always say that I need bowling therapy. So I'm gonna put it off for another week.
You do public speaking pretty well too. You should consider a career where you do that more often, I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do have a lot of practice at that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And other than bowling at AMF Aurora, pretty much when you get the opportunity, you're bowling ABT on weekends.
Yeah. I love ABT. I don't have a lot of outlets in life. I would tell you, working out, exercise, that's to keep stress off of me.
Sure.
So I wouldn't consider that an outlet. But bowling is the one thing that I'm very passionate about. And ABT's been great, and you guys have been absolutely phenomenal.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, we enjoy having you because you're a lot of fun. Not only that, but you make other people around you relax, and they in turn have fun, which is cool. So like we were talking about, as far as like it's a tournament club, it's also a social club. You come in and you see people now regularly. They come up to me, how you doing? Have you had a good week, bad week? Sorry to hear about this, that. It's life. But you know what? Then we go, okay, let's go. We're going at each other.
Yeah.
Best man win.
Oh, yeah.
But then at the end, it's over, and then we come back. We're at a different venue the following week, and we do it all over.
Oh, yeah. I talk a lot of smack, but it's all about
of
fun.
course.
As a matter of fact, and I want to commend Oscar. Oscar did a great job.
He did.
And while we were standing there talking, I told him that, Oscar, if you beat me, I got some police officers out there that will be ready. That will be ready to put a nice ticket on your car.
That's right. Fortunately, Oscar lives in Aurora, and he cannot go anywhere, but he will be at Aurora.
Yeah, I know a lot of Aurora police officers.
Of course
also.
you do. But it was great. It really was a lot of fun to see you put everything together and reward yourself for all the hard work you've been putting in. Because I know you practice a lot, and you got a great mentor in Sean Lee. And it's nice that you can walk in there at any time and just lay it all out on the line. He's been there.
Yeah, Sean's a great guy. He's a great teacher.
Yes, he is.
He's been offering me lessons for about the last year and a half, and I take about 2 minutes of his lessons, and then I just go back to my bad habits. So today I'm going to tell him that actually something that he said resonated.
A little bit longer? Yeah,
It resonated for a little longer than 2 minutes.
Did
today.
you hear that, Sean? You actually got through to him. You didn't believe it, but he's actually admitting it on national.
For this week anyway.
Yeah, okay. Of course, he'll not even believe that he was ever talking to us a week from now, but that's okay. No, but Chief, he did a great job, and congratulations, $1,902, and with Christmas right around the corner, I know that's going to help.
Yeah.
Hope to see you next week at our Christmas party. Maybe you'll parlay it into something else. You never know.
Well, if nothing else, I know I'm going to eat really well next week.
Yes, you will.
And again, I really appreciate it. It was a
Bring
lot
a
of fun,
dessert.
a wonderful opportunity.
Bring dessert.
Yeah, I will bring a dessert.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us
Congrats.
here at AMF
Right.
Belleview.
you.
Next week, our Christmas party bowling tournament at Holiday Lanes in Lakewood. On behalf of myself, Gabe Lucetta, our new champion, Robert White, and our producer, Scott Sledgister with Colorado Sports TV. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.